Welcome back. I think it's episode 39 or 40, or something like that, of Let's Analyze Control. And we just came into this room. We were on the other side, but I had to kill some dudes, so I moved around a little bit. We came in from over there, over on the south end. So I am
There's gotta be a way to rotate
really enjoying these rooms, but I don't like...
There's a control panel nearby.
I don't like how they constantly tell you the solution to every single tiny puzzle that you ever encounter. So we're going to try and ignore her for a while, but she'll say it 8 or 9 more times every minute. I really like a lot about this room. I like the way that the edges are labeled south and north so that you can really tell what's going on where. I like how you've got the actual signs that tell you what's going on. I like the fact that we can see that there is quite a bit more mold happening than we might expect. In this case, the mold seems to be gathered on the tracks where we would rotate. So if we are... Okay, I apparently can't stand on that. If we were trying to rotate this, it looks like we're going to end up hitting those mold pockets, aren't we? Won't that be exciting? So the bridge here rotates in much the same way that the bridges out in the containment sector look like they should. But the funny thing is that it uses a different set of meshes for the engines. At least I think it does. And that's kind of interesting. You think that they would just use the same ones over and over and over. And maybe I'm misremembering. Or maybe they just inverted this one. But I definitely remember them looking different in the other room. So we have to find the control panel. And my guess is that it's probably, say, in an area labeled Bridge Operator. What do you think? This whole area is a little bit interesting in terms of how it's laid out, because it is very much a an access from the ground floor versus access from the second floor sort of place. We solve the ground floor so we can solve the second floor, and I think that's a really cool way to arrange things.
It won't rotate.
Yeah, because there's crap in the way.
Blocking it.
Shock. It's okay. We'll deal with the crap. We've just opened up a one-way door so that we can get back into that chamber. But I really like the idea that you solve your way up the chain. You solve the first floor, then you solve the second floor, then you solve the third floor. There's no third floor in this room, but you get the idea. And it makes it very easy to arrange things in your head, rather than like in the containment sector where the floors were pretty much random, and it was very difficult to figure out what was going on at any given time. Like I couldn't remember whether something was on the second floor or the third floor, that sort of stuff. So there's stuff in the way, but the funny thing is, it didn't seem to move at all. It should have moved up to the funny stuff, shouldn't it? Well, who knows? We'll find out soon here. Oh, I guess these are really close. I didn't realize that. Oh, good, good. We don't even have to press the button again. Nice. Let's get up there before it closes off our access. Oh, come on. There we go. So that was just a little bit of a traction puzzle, which I have no problem with. If you don't know what a traction puzzle is, I have a video on that. But those are simple puzzles that let you be the character, and that means that you can feel like you're connecting to the world. They're not intended to be hard, they're intended to give you agency. And because of that, we sort of get connected to how the bridge feels and how the world works. This is the control room, and we just came through in case you're not understanding where we are. And then here we've got some access to something new. What do you think is down here? Whoa, machines! Yay! I love them. As you might expect, the machine rooms are always some of my favorite rooms. And these are using those yellow boxes, which I've come to really like. I don't understand why they... So here are the yellow boxes as we understood them before. Just this flat yellow box with barely anything interesting going on. But look at what they're capable of doing with the same part set. Look at how much more interesting this is. So the question becomes, why do they use the boring version all the time? Look at this. This is really cool. This is awesome. I have a feeling that their orange part set was a little bit too limited, not quite modular enough. And the reason I think that is because it's very exposed. It's in a square bracket case, but the square bracket case is kind of just a brace. It's not really part of the structure of the machine, and therefore the machine itself can't really be modular within the braces. Whereas in the larger green elements, those only have certain windows, and you can put whatever you want in the window. And that's a little bit more flexible because you can do whatever you need with it. Whereas this doesn't have very many things you can do with it because they have to fit into either the boxes are completely opaque or they basically don't exist, and both of those are not good enough. They're both very inflexible. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Fighting bad guys with hiccups. Where are they? Oh, it's one of the invisible dudes, isn't it? Hey, how you doing? Feeling good? Feeling pretty sharp? That's not gonna help. Thank you. I did technically die, though, so good on you, I suppose. I'm getting really lazy with the combat because I'm cheating. And it's starting to become, ingrained in my nervous system that there's nothing to worry about, so I've stopped being careful. Here you can see some more pipes. These are classics from the back at the beginning, but we have several different categories of pipes, and that's always the secret when you are trying to create this kind of array. If you're only using one kind of pipe, you're going to have a tough time getting the right kind of complexity, and it's going to feel repetitive and flat. But if you have several different kinds of pipes of different diameters and colors, you can get a lot more loose and free with it, and it feels a lot more solid and interesting. Did I miss anything? I have a strange feeling like there's something that I missed here. I guess not. Huh, okay. Let's move on. So as we... Oh, wait. There it is. Is this what I missed? Yeah. Little side room hidden away near the stairs. I said before, way long time ago, that stairs dominate the room. So if you're going to put something behind them or, right next to them, that's going to be hard for people to notice. And this is an example. Most players probably never came back here, and a lot of players probably even missed this, just because the stairs are such a large statement, right? How about over there? Is there anything worth getting? Well, we can clearly see that there is, in fact, loot that I missed. So I was right, I missed a bunch of stuff. One thing I really hate about this game... Okay, interesting. One thing I really hate about this game is that the run action is not a toggle. So this is the first time that we've noticed a breakable wall. I don't know whether or not it's the first breakable wall we've had. It's sort of like we've been trained to sort of not think of walls as breakable because we can rip them apart with our powers and throw them at people and they come right back. So having one is a little bit strange and maybe a sign of things to come. Like if we go back all the way back to that first chamber where we could see into offices but couldn't reach them. Maybe we could reach them. Maybe we could break down the walls. Anyway, as I was saying, the stairs are a large presence, so it's very easy to overlook things that are to the side or behind. So if you're looking to hide something, put it behind or off to the side of a staircase. Here's our favorite. Very nice. Moving forward into a really dark area. It might not feel really dark because our eyes have adapted, but you can tell how dark something is in this game in terms of true darkness by the way that the screen space dither panics. The screen space dither is not based on perceived brightness in their shader. It's based on absolute brightness, and therefore when things are actually dark, the screen space shader goes berserk, and here you can see that it's really given us a lot of that shimmer. And that should only happen in very, very dimly lit areas. But because our eyes have adapted, this area is it doesn't feel dimly lit. Uh-oh, power cubes. That means there's something interesting going on. Yep, look at this. It's a hangar. Neat. So there is the place we're supposed to put the power cube. If we do that, we'll probably have to fight somebody. So let's take a look around first. Here is not a plane exactly. I guess it is a plane, but it's busted. It's broken. Why is it busted and broken? Because this is where all of the junk goes to die. I don't know exactly what they wanted us to think with this. It's probably some famous plane like Amelia Earhart's plane or something. But this is an area where you get to see all of the conspiracy theory junk that they've collected over the years. And once again, it's the exact same layout as that room we started in. Remember? That knife straight layout? But as always, you can change how the layout feels by changing some elements of the lighting or depth. So in this case, there is a big drop. The previous room didn't have these two lips here. It just went straight up all the way to the light source, and therefore it was much, much brighter. But this one has this huge drop, meaning that a lot of the light is lost in that drop, especially if we move off to the side. And it's not a big change. It's still the same topology. You just add in some more meshes to make it interesting. And that's just a good way to do it. Here's a side room. Nothing too special about it. It's got some loot in it and a sizzling sound. Sizzling sound comes from this bad boy. If we come down this way, you can see there's a lot of places we're supposed to be putting in power cores, and there's also an elevator. I wonder where the elevator goes. It goes up to ordinary AWE, because transit corridor, where we obviously are right now, is highlighted. We could go up there, but, I mean, there's like a puzzle to solve here. Shouldn't we solve the puzzle first? I think if we go up there, it'll actually say no, and we'll have to come back down, so we might as well solve the puzzle first. We are short one power core. I'm sure I'll find it if I go around the room one more time here. Ah, there it is. Yep. So, that's also a traction puzzle, but I don't think that one's very good because that one isn't really giving us any sort of opportunity to see how we uniquely approach things. It's just a rote puzzle where we move block A into block B. There's a lot more of us in a puzzle where we blow something up or interact with some unique part of the world in a unique way. The power cores have been the same for quite a while. But we don't play this game for the puzzles, so I guess it's fine. I wouldn't call this a puzzle adventure game. Oh, that was the wrong gun. Oh, look at this. We got a boss and a whole bunch of baddies. Oh, that didn't help. What the heck? There's something... I guess that crate doesn't move no matter what I do with it. That's not very fun. So we're fighting dead now. We died quite a while ago because things started exploding against this thing, which is apparently made out of something invincible. How do you like it, jerkwad? Where's the baddies? Baddies! Alright, good. I am on the edge of sneezing, so pardon me if I sound a little bit strange. I should probably upgrade my weapons and stuff at some point here. I think I'm running on some pretty old kit, but it's optimized for throwing. This, you may have realized, is the exact same layout as the very first room we saw today. See this? It's the same down setup that we had before, and it's the same hall that we had with the drops that we had, but all the lights have been inverted. So these are no longer lit, they're now just flat. And down there, where we used to have darkness, it's lit. By having the same setup, but lighting it differently, you can get radically different visuals, and it'll feel new and feel interesting. And I just wanted to make that super clear every time I see it. Call it out. Even had the elevator in the same place. Sorry, I'm really trying not to, like, sniffle into the mic. I'm having one of those moments where I'm definitely not going to sneeze, but it feels like I'm going to sneeze, and if I, like, turn off the mic. It's just going to be off for 20 seconds while I think about sneezing. But if you were to go back and look at the very beginning again, you would see that virtually every single one of these rooms is lit the exact opposite way that it was when we were in the other place. There are some slight topological differences. There's no side room here, but those are relatively minor. The core chamber rooms, the 3 hallways, the drop, the side room here, the control room here, the side room here at the elevators, those are all exactly the same, but the lights are just inverted. Oh, jeez, sorry. As always, I love these bright lights at the end of the hall. I think it really works. And we are headed out into a new sector. A new sector 15 minutes into the game. So I think it's probably a great time to stop. In the name of love. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just park our butts here until the next episode. Have a good one.